Did the Taino really die off? Who are the Taino? The Taino are a nation of Native American peoples that are mainly centered in the Caribbean islands of Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, and Cuba, but reach Las Antillas Menores to northern South America, some parts of Central America, and even Bahamas and South Florida, and form a family of languages called the Arawak family. Whether the Taino survived or not is still a heavily debated topic. Some say the Taino completely died, while others say they are still an important part of the Puerto Rican genome. However, to claim that Taino completely died off, one has to also claim that the Spanish and the Sub-Saharan African also died. You may already see where I'm going with this. And that being said, a lot of people can be as much Spanish as they have Taino ancestry. But for a great majority, most can easily be 70 to 40% European on average. I have observed that the reason for the Puerto Rican native recessive traits can be largely due to the way ethnicities are, for instance, in divided chunks of 15 to 30%. Having Taino ancestry, having the mitochondrial DNA, and itself being a part of the larger chunk of the highest ethnicities within a result is totally the reason for Taino recessive traits. But everything else is also recessive, not just the Taino phenotypes. Within a mixed population, all characteristics of ethnicities we are composed of are recessive. So the question is, who or what really died? And what is actually the best answer? The first thing to understand is that being Puerto Rican is mainly a culture that is composed of the mixtures of the three main ethno races, Caucasian, being Iberians, Sub-Saharan African, and Taino, into a totally new ethnic group or people called the Puerto Rican people that started developing unofficially since 1493. The Taino never died. They mixed into the general populace. Many were forced into marriage at the beginning, but many that survived all the way to the 1700s and plus did it from their own volition. Puerto Ricans on average have 7 to 26% Taino autosomal DNA on average, but many can be 30% Taino of ancestry and even more, many being genotypically mestizo. Some, as in El Barrio de la Indiera, have even been seen at 98% Taino. And in recent studies about the Puerto Rican genome, it was discovered around 60% of Puerto Rican men and women, in addition, also carry the Taino mitochondrial DNA that can only be passed down via mother-daughter. Therefore, even men have the Taino mitochondrial DNA. However, the male wouldn't be able to pass down the Taino DNA to his offspring, and it will only be able to reach the grandchildren in this case, via mother to daughter. And while 60% of Puerto Rican men and women have the Taino mitochondrial DNA, the Taino Y chromosome within Puerto Rican men seems to be at only 1% of the male population, which could still be thousands and thousands of Puerto Rican men. Why do you think Puerto Ricans are also called Boricua? You wouldn't really call a Viking somebody who doesn't have Nordic or Scandinavian ancestry. Even though there are instances that we have given names to people incorrectly, this is not one of those cases. Especially for a big chunk of the Puerto Rican people, Boricua is one of the names that the Taino will call themselves, because one of the ancient names given to the island of Puerto Rico by the indigenous population was, and still is, Boriquen. So who or what was it that really died after Boriquen was conquered by the Spanish? The Taino didn't truly or completely die off. What died off was the Taino chiefdoms. The Taino government was dismantled and totally removed from power. The control of the Taino over the island died together with a great portion of our male Taino population. But we are still here, and very much a part of the new Boricua population that formed upon 1493. That even after the rise of the new Puerto Rican people, they still identify with our own name, a name that we once called ourselves in the past. I'm Abaquete Neborique. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.